Okay, a little history lesson there today. We're going to move on down and see what else is going on. It's quite cool, quite interesting. A little museum here in a little side village province of Bangkok, district Bangkok. Um, beautiful, beautiful garden area, nice, cool. Many tours. There are some English-speaking people here to help guide you. But I want to take a tour of this house. I want to see what it's like. But now, we're going to go over here next door to the fort. Well, the museum was well worth the trip. Well worth the visit. But let's take a look at the fort. And as you can see, it's gated off and we can't get anywhere inside. So we're going to walk around it best we can, take a few photos, learn what we can. Then we're going to visit the park and see a couple of extra sites that I didn't expect to see. Walk along with me and see if you find it as interesting as I did. Here we are at the lock for the canal system. And just in front of me, and I'll turn around in a minute, is the old fort that protected this piece of Bangkok back a couple hundred years ago or more. Back to King Rama V, I believe part of this was destroyed, but it protected. I think you can see back there, there's the river back here. Protected this part of Bangkok from intruders. So let me just take you a little quick walk through. It's a beautiful little park, part of a museum that unfortunately is closed because of the Rona. And let me flip this camera around, take a little walk through this park, see if you find it interesting too. If I read correctly, and I'll pass that on later, is the top battlement was destroyed under, part of it under King Rama V and part of it under King Rama VII. I don't remember who it said did the destruction. Doesn't matter. Some years back, National Preservation Society here in Bangkok took old photographs and rebuilt everything they could. Once again, this is hundreds of years old. But if you look in the background, you see a very modern cell, TV, and radio tower. And even further, so you can see skyscraper. So here in the middle of Bangkok, you can hear behind me the water going through the lock system for the canal. It's still quite peaceful little park. And quite an interesting bit of history and what was the protection of Bangkok. I believe the 1st of November 2021 we can get back into this museum. I would like to get up and get a picture of that. You have to understand too that most of these trees didn't block their field of view to the river and the protection of the city. It's a little shot of history. I thought y'all would enjoy that. There is another ulterior motive of coming down here. I don't know that will work out, but we'll see what we can do. Okay. So many cool pictures. So many cool videos to be made here. And I'm totally on a different line from anybody else that is showing in Bangkok. So let's go look at it some way different, through a different pair of eyes, and see if any of this amazes you, any of this intrigues you, any of this is something you would like to see when you come. Now, I did want to come down and see the Chao Phraya River while I was here. It's the river flowing through Bangkok and Thailand, and it does serve a wonderful purpose. I did want to see the water taxis and see if I could get a ride. Unfortunately, it's not at this location. There's a lot of other sights to see, so let's see what we've got. Take a little shot of this boat going down the road here. Going down the road. Going down the river. I think it's amazing that no matter where you go, you see a mashup of old Bangkok, of old lifestyles, of the old way of living, smashed into all the new way of living that you see behind me. All the new way of living that you see behind me. People exist in this, people thrive in this. The hard part right now is the Rona. And these people making a living one way or another. So many homeless, many hungry. Try to help out when you can. And try to see the real Bangkok at the same time. And this may not be for everybody, but to me this is quite a beautiful piece of old history. So I come to see, I come to learn, I came to share with you people. So hope you enjoy. Again, old and new. Here's the beginning of the canal system in the Chao Phraya River. Here at the city park. You can see the river. And we're at the gate that allows the water into the canal system in the city. Now here's another excellent example of old and new mashed together. Here's the old fort, beautiful new park for people to enjoy, and the new lock system that allows water to be kept into the canals that people use as waterways, transportation, and other in Bangkok. It's a rather interesting side, so let's take a look at it. Where part of the canal starts, feeding all the way into Old Town of Bangkok. It's the end of the canal system in Old Town. I'm assuming Phra Phraya River back behind me now. Feeds all the way to Newtown in Bangkok. Now, without this system, surely this canals would go dry, and the transportation that many of these people depend on would have to stop. Imagine in your mind how these people traveled years ago. In older days, commerce and transportation would suffer with the ebb and flow of the river. think this is another part of the old style of the way these cities are built. Is they love to show this type of architecture. You have sharing of music, sharing of stories, sharing of work, family, young taking care of the old. Dates way back. Very cool piece of art.